Welcome to Earth 2, where superheroes exist and comic book talk is the norm. It's your boy Mo Crosby. This is another book report that I'm doing for you guys, so sit back, relax, and as always,
welcome to the planet.
Now, this comic book report is going to be on the Dark Knight Metal #2. And it's going to be kind of hard to talk about Dark Knight Metal #2 without talking about the tie-in that, picks up directly after this, Teen Titans, the Teen Titans tie-in that picks up directly after this. But I'm going to keep it centered on Dark Knight's Metal #2. Now, this one literally picks up where Dark Knight's Metal #1 ended. We've seen Batman and the Sandman have this talk or dream or whatever his name is, have this conversation, and he knows where everything is now, and he knows what he needs to do. He knows that during the Darkseid War he was knocked back into the past, and because of that, the demons, the Starglade saw him, or whatever, I think that's what it is. They saw him, and now they're like chasing. They marked him, and they've been planning for everything that has been happening from then till now, and so Batman feels like he takes it upon himself again, as usual, to go. I'm rolling my eyes, to go. To handle this on his own again, hiding all of this from the Justice League, hiding all of this from Miss Hall and everything. So it's like, in my opinion, I'm like, why are you doing this? Why don't you just involve everyone in this? But Batman, being Batman, has to handle everything on his own. I liked this book, and I really liked what I read from it. I liked everything, the way everything went down, and I mostly like what I really like about it is at the end of the day, we saw that even though Batman again felt like he had to handle everything on his own, it didn't work out that way for him. What he thought he knew was something that someone planted in his head. Where he thought he was going was something that someone kind of like switched out and made him think that he, it was amazing to see that Batman wasn't as in control as he thought it was, for me, again. But the worst part about it is, again, with Batman thinking he's in control, and what he thought he was in control and he really wasn't, it just happened so much that he put everyone and the world in danger by blindly walking into this again, thinking he had everything under control. Now, the fallout from this is incredible, because of the fallout, the dark universe is open, and all the Batman have come in. We have the Man Who Laughs, obviously the Joker Batman. We have the Aquaman Batman, or Aquawoman Batman. We have Red Death. We have all the Batman have come in, and it's like the world is literally about to be on its heels. And the fallout again happens directly in Gotham, because that is where Challenger's Mountain crashes, and that's where Teen Titans comes in. Again, I said I was going to try not to do it with Teen Titans, but it's really hard not to do it. But that happens, and that book again was pretty much awesome in its own right, and I read that and I loved it. And I think the next one is going to be Nightwing. That's going to continue the Gotham. I believe the Gotham hero tie-in is called Gotham Resistance, and that's where the Gotham Resistance is going to continue. But I really like Teen Titans version of it, and I'm going to keep reading all the tie-ins that come with this. But again, back to Dark Knight's Metal #2. So we've seen the immediate fall, and what I really liked is they don't waste time into going to immediate fallout, because as soon as one thing happens, immediately you get the fallout. What I like most of what Batman did, and was kind of like create these transmitters to transmit his heartbeat and to transmit his location. So he separated the Justice League, and they went on this wild goose chase, and Damian was involved, Nightwing was involved, the Bat family was involved pretty much, all dressed up as Batman, trying to stretch out the Justice League and trying to like hide while he handles the mission he had to handle. What I really liked about this is the mention of Plastic Man. And whatever makes him unstable is causing him to vibrate at these frequencies that that's telling people that danger is coming. We got Baby Darkseid, because Batman was going to use Baby Darkseid's Omega beams to transmit him, to blast himself again back into the past, so he can go end the trouble before it actually starts. Again, Batman comes up with these crazy ideas in his head, and he involves everyone in it, and it doesn't work out the way the way he wants it to work out. But now the big three is out of the picture. So moving forward in Dark Knight's Metal, I don't know if they're going to continue it, but the big three is out of the picture. Superman, Wonder Woman, and now Batman, they're gone. We saw in this, the Court of Owls has been helping the bad guys, the Glade, or whatever their name is. I can't remember it. They've been helping the bad guys. pretty much move forward with their plans. They restructured this temple of one of the pharaohs, and so they tricked Batman into thinking that this is where he needed to be in. Obviously not. It's just been a lot. It's been really good, and I've loved everything that I've read with it. I'm going to continue reading it. Again, grading this one out of a 10. This to me was a 7.5. Not as good as the one I graded earlier, but I'm still in for this, and I'm still ready to see how this is going to continue. And that is the end of my book report for Dark Nights Metal number 2. Again, it was really hard for me to do this without going into the tie-in, but I kept it as simple as possible. Talked about this. Tried not to spoil anything in this one for anyone. But as always, you can catch Earth 2 on social media at Earth 2 Comicast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. We started something new yesterday, Retro Reviews. I hope everyone has had a chance to go look at it. We talked about Superman, the movie. That was pretty awesome with our friends. So we're going to have a lot more live discussions coming in with Halloween. We're going to be doing something crazy for that. So again, try to look on our social media, because that's where all of this info will be going into before we're going to announce everything that we do now before we actually go into it. As always, the podcast is coming out tomorrow. Check out for that. It's going to have a lot more comic book talk with all the comics that we've read this today. I mean, we're reading a lot, so we're going to do a bigger book report for you guys on there and talk about a lot of these books. Mr. Miracle obviously is going to be one of the ones we talk about on there. And, check out for more of our videos coming out later this week. I think I'm going to do one more book report before the week is over. I just want to thank you guys for always tuning into Earth 2 and watching our videos and checking our content out. As always, it's been your boy Mo Crosby. As we're doing that too, keep reading, keep watching, and as always, go fill your long boxes.